Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It is just after, it says I'm muted. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. No, I'm muted. It is just after 6:30. I was just making sure that we are live on YouTube as well for those who are struggling to come on. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hold on. It is just after, it says I'm muted. I'm muted. Muted. So I had to silence YouTube there. Okay. So I just want to mute everyone for now. Right. So I've just muted everybody. I just want to see if we get some people joining in on on YouTube. Let me just go to YouTube and check that out. Let's see who's joining us on YouTube. Right. We've got two people on YouTube. I just want to see if we get some people joining in on YouTube. Okay. We've got two people on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. If you can just put in the comment section, in the chat, in the live chat of YouTube, just give us your name so that I know who we've got connected on YouTube, because I can see everybody in Zoom, but I need to know who you are in on YouTube. Let me just keep my phone there so that I can see you. Right. So welcome to day 7 of learning the basics of cryptocurrencies in 7 days. My name is Maggie. We have been speaking for the whole week via WhatsApp, and today is the day where we actually get to see each other. I am so amazed that the class has got more than 100 people, yet we only have a few of you here and on YouTube. So you can really be proud of yourselves, because I am. I mean, out of this whole group, just getting a small part of it in here. And just for you to appreciate yourself for doing this, because don't take it for granted. You know, people start journeys, start things, and they keep dropping off and not following through. And one thing about being successful is showing up and seeing things up until the end. So you are really on your path to success, and congratulations on that. I just want to close. This thing is making a noise. Okay, there we go. Okay, so welcome to day 7. From all of us who are in the room, I'm gonna ask you to please just put your videos on so that we can just even if it's just for a second, right? Just to say hi to the class. Nkosinathi, it's so good to see you. Welcome, I appreciate you. We've been chatting. I think you were already at 6:30. I mean, at 6 o'clock, weren't you? I saw your message. And Kensani, welcome, Kensani. Good to see you. Welcome. Lesego, are we gonna see you? Christina, are we gonna see you? You know, sometimes I call people by first names, and then I find that, welcome, Christina, welcome. Thank you so much. Then because they don't show their pictures, I keep saying Lesego, and you find that Lesego ke motho o mogolo, and there now I was calling her Lesego and Norman, and I find Norman ke ntate mogolo. So just to give me an idea so that I don't feel like I'm disrespecting you, ne? So don't feel disrespected, because now I can't see who you are. I'm just seeing Norman, Lesego, Zoom. Zoom, we need to change that name. We need to know who you are. And Lulama, welcome, Lulama. Good to see you. Lulama, I think I got your name late for the certificates, but don't worry, I will create one for you after this. Right, so let's get started then. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. So what I'm going to do now, I've got something very special for you today. It is not just notes that I'm sending, but I have put together slides for you. I'm going to ask that you please stay muted and just unmute yourself if you want to ask me something. Otherwise, you can just put your comments or whatever you want to say in the chats. Nice to meet you too, Kensani. Yes, it's always good to put the voice to the face, isn't it? Right, so let's get started without wasting any more time. So we are here to learn the basics of cryptocurrencies in 7 days. The last 7 days, we've just captured some bits and pieces. And I said to you, you're going to get bite sizes of information every single day. And on day 7, we're going to bring it all together. And then you are going to be left off with decisions to make. You are going to decide whether the crypto space is really for you. And you are going to start asking questions if you are involved already. You are going to evaluate what you're doing. And then make sure that from now on, you are going to be making decisions from an informed point of view. Right, so let's get going. We'll start by summarizing what we did this week, right? We started by talking about the evolution of money, the story of money. Where does money come from? And why is it important for us to talk about money? Because when people talk about cryptocurrency, all they want to know is how do we make money out of this crypto? That is important, right? But you need to understand that it is money on its own. Once you understand that it is money on its own, you appreciate it even more, because then you will realize that this thing is here to stay. So we said that cryptocurrency is part of the natural evolution of money. What we have seen in the past, that it seems like every 50 years or so, a new form of money kicks in. So where did it all start? It started with the barter system in early civilization, way before your time and my time, in my mom's time, my grandmom's time. What is that? The barter system. The barter system was where people could exchange value without the middleman. You had to be in close proximity, have a discussion, and the exchange could happen. If we had Kensani, for example, and Aus Christine, for example, and they were both farmers, but one was farming cows, one was farming maize. Let's say Kensani was a maize farmer and Mom Christina was a beef cow farmer. Now, at some point, Kensani is going to need something that she does not have. That's what money does. It's just a means of exchange. It allows us to exchange value. So when she needs beef now, she can go to somebody who's got it. And who's that? It's Christina. So she goes to us, Christina, and says, "Us, Christina, oh, please, can I have some beef? I need to meet everyone."
So sorry, I'm late.
Welcome, Togozisi Abraham. Abraham, you come in when I'm late and then you disrupt the classroom, ne? Eh?
No. I was just really late, even at work.
Oh, we appreciate the fact that you joined us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Okay.
Yes.
Right, so let's continue then. So now we've got Kensani and we've got Aus Christina. Kensani has got maize, Aus Christina has got cows. Kensani says, "You know what, I am sick and tired of having pap every day. Can I have some meat with this?" That's Kensani, goes to Aus Christina and says, "Mama Christina, please, can I have some beef?" Mama Christina says, "Kensani, you are coming right at the time when I need maize, because I can't just be eating meat all the time." So the two talk together, they discuss it, they agree on a price, a negotiation goes on, and then Kensani, maybe they settle on 100 kgs of maize for one cow, whatever they settle on. So let's go 100 kgs of maize for one cow. They agree. Nobody is in the middle of this discussion. That is what the barter system was based on. And the exchange happens. Now things got specialized and started changing. We've got Abraham now. Abraham is what? He's a shoemaker, right? And he was busy making his shoes there, and now he wants to sell his shoes. But remember, things work on exchanging because there's no money. We don't have money at this time. So Kensani now goes to Mthokozisi and says, "Mthokozisi, listen, I need shoes. Yo, it's winter and the heels are getting cracked. Can I have some shoes?" And then Mthokozisi says, "Oh, yes, right on time. I need maize." They agree again and the exchange happen. Let's say they settle on 20 kgs of maize for a pair of shoes. The exchange happens. It works beautifully. Until 2 weeks later, Kensani comes back. Now she has eaten all the who's got the maize? Oh, Mthokozisi, who's got the maize? Oh, Mthokozisi is the shoemaker. So Mthokozisi got the maize. Okay. So Mthokozisi has got the maize. Now he has eaten all the maize, goes back to Kensani and says, "Oh, Kensi, please, can I have some more maize?" Kensani says, Mthokozisi, I still have the shoes. Those shoes that you gave me 2 years. They can take me 2 years. Does this mean that now Mthokozisi must go without shoes? Without food? No, the system was failing the community at the time. So it had to change. So the changing of the system required that the community agree on what they see as valuable as a community, and they could use that as a means of exchange. Salt in some communities was used. Those who have heard, like I have heard of watched movies, we know that cigarette is used as currency in some prisons, but the community there has agreed that this thing is so valuable for us, we can use it to exchange value. The community agrees. However, whatever the community agrees might not be valuable to another community. Like, for example, let's use the prison example again. Once the prisoner steps out of prison, comes back and is reunited with the family and the community out of prison, Can they still use cigarette as currency? Absolutely not. When my son was in boarding school, chicken was their currency because they hardly got chicken. When he got home, he can't be saying, I'll give you some chicken, do this for me. It doesn't work. So now what happened was we found that in East Africa, for example, they used cowrie shells, right? With cowrie shells, they could use it to exchange things. So now in the instance of Umthokozisi and Kensani, what would happen then is that when Umthokozisi goes back to Kensani wanting maize, and at that time, there isn't what we call a coincidence of wants. The barter system was held together by there being a coincidence of wants, which means you want something together at the same time. So now when that is broken, a token comes in the case of cowrie shells, if Umthokozisi and Kensani were using that, Kensani would simply say, she doesn't need shoes, right? But Umthokozisi wants the maize. She would simply say, give me 10 cowrie shells or 2 cowrie shells, whatever. And that would be deemed as valuable. And she could use those shells tomorrow to go get the beef from Christine or something like that. So that was now starting to look like money as we know it today, isn't it? But still not quite, right? Because now we get people moving around, starting to do business out of their communities, and that system also breaks down. Because now we've got the Indians coming to East Africa selling their spices, and we say to them, we are going to buy spices using cowrie shells, and they said, what are those? I can't take these things back home. They are not valuable back at home. And then we saw the new form of money coming in the form of commodity-based money. Your gold coins, your silver coins, that seem to be more universal, right? So now trade started going around the world out of your community. So every time the way we exchange value was happening was to optimize what was happening at that particular time, to optimize the exchange based on what was happening at that time. Now we find that people are getting rich, they are doing business out of their communities. Now they are multimillionaires. Honestly, they cannot be carrying gold coins around. Transportability is now an issue, right? And then we found that the banks come in and the banks say, you know what? Bring those coins, bring those gold coins. We are going to give you a piece of paper. On that paper, we are going to write something down. We are going to write that Kensani brought in 50, whatever, how many, 500,000 gold coins. And so now when Kensani goes to Umthokozisi one day and she wants shoes, she can simply take this paper and say, take this paper to the bank. This paper would guarantee that the bank will give you the equivalence in the number of coins. That was the introduction of paper money, right? And at that time when this money was introduced, it was supposed to be a universal concept, but it was not accepted as such. I mean, I didn't record, did I? Oops, let me stop recording. No, don't worry, it's live on YouTube. So at that time, the Chinese came up with the concept of this paper money, and the Americans said, we don't want this thing here. We don't trust this system. But today, do you know of any country that does not have its currency represented in paper money? No. But adoption of new currencies has always been an issue. So even if you see people struggling with understanding cryptocurrency and seeing it as money, that's nothing new. Adoption and change of new things has always been a problem for people. Now, what happened was in the 70s, this money that we know, this money that they had that was backed by gold, in the 70s, gold was dropped as a standard. So that resulted with money that is owned by each and every government having their own money, which is no longer backed by gold. That is called fiat currency. Your rand, your dollar, your pound, your Japanese yen, your Botswana pula, Lesotho maludis, Eswatini, Emalangeni, or they have Zambian kwacha. All those are fiat currencies, government-owned money. You can only use that money within that government. Now, one of the things that we saw with fiat currency, it's also changing. It's still fiat currency, but its representation is changing. It's becoming more and more digital. There was an introduction of plastic cards. When that happened, I know my mom was one of those things that said, I don't trust these cards. So what? Resistance to change. But now you can't even go to a shop and expect them not to be accepting cards. You probably ask them, what is wrong with you? How are you doing business without cards? But it was now evolving. We've moved even to be more digital. A lot of us don't even carry money in the form of notes and coins in our wallets anymore. We've got cards. You just swipe. You use your phone for EFTs, for money sends. Don't we do that? And we do EFTs online. So we've become more digital, but those are still representatives of what? They're representing fiat currency, government-owned money. So now this government-owned money, we are now at a place where we're thinking, is this really working for us? And the answer was no. In 2009, a new form of money was formed after the 2008 economic meltdown. In 2008, a lot of people lost a lot of money when markets crashed globally. But it started in the US with a global market crash that rose out of the property market going down because the banks had what? They'd given out loans to people who could not afford the credit. And then when they could not pay, there was a crash in the market and the government had to pay them out. The government starts printing money. What happens when the government starts printing money? Inflation goes up. What happens when inflation goes up? Prices go up. And who feels it? You and me. So this new form of money came to save us from decisions that are made by governments that you've got no control over. When you are thinking long-term, you are thinking generational wealth, you are thinking creating your own wealth, and you've got your money sitting in fiat currency, we've got news for you. Fiat currency loses value over time because of inflation. When governments print money, your money loses value. What do I mean when I say your money loses value? I used to pay 25 rands for 2 liters of oil a couple of years back. Today, it's 80 rands for the same 2 liters of oil. They didn't add any additional ingredients. A loaf of bread used to be less than R1 when I was growing up. Now it's about 15 rands for the same loaf of bread. Our money is losing value. You used to go to a shop with 2,000 rands and fill a trolley. Now it's a basket. Now they've got even mini trolleys so that you can still feel like you're pushing a trolley, but it's a mini trolley. You used to feel that big trolley. What is that? It's inflation. Now imagine this. Imagine you were that mom, right? You said, you know what? I'm going to be a cool mom. Okay. Or a cool dad. Oh, welcome, Tate Norman. Now I see you. Thank you so much. So let's take Tate Letebele is a cool dad. And he says, you know what? Let's say he's got a 10-year-old daughter. And he says, you know what? When my baby turns 21, I'm going to give her a house, an apartment as a gift. Because we are working towards that, right? Our kids are not going to pay black tax. They are going to get properties from us, isn't it? So now here's the thing that says, you know what? Here is my daughter. She's 10. When she's 21, my baby is going to get a house. So he starts shopping around. He ends up in the north there at Waterfall Estates, looks around, sees a beautiful apartment, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, dining lounge, and he thinks, beautiful, it will suit my baby girl. And he looks at the price, they say it's 1.5 million rands. And he says, good shot, I'm going to take 1.5 million, I'm going to put it in the bank because I don't want to buy it for her. I want her to have the pleasure of getting the money out of the bank and paying for it herself. I want my baby to feel empowered. So he does that, puts the money away, and then comes in, she was 10, right? 11 years later, baby girl is 21. Papa goes excitedly to baby girl and said, oh, my baby, you are 21. They used to give us plastic keys. I'm going to give you an apartment. When we turned 21, we used to get plastic keys, but baby, you're not going to get an ornament. You're going to put there that says 21 as a key. Daddy's going to buy you an apartment. So he says, my baby, I saved 1.5 million. I got some interest. It's now 1.6 million. Hey, girl. And the apartment I saw, go, my baby, go and look for something similar at Waterfall Estates. Let's say at that time, Waterfall is still hip and happening. At Waterfall Estate, my baby, there it is, 3 beds, 2 baths, 2 dining, whatever. And then baby girl says, how much have you got, Papa? Papa says, yo, baby girl, it's 1.6 million. Papa is excited because he's done so well. And then baby girl looks at Papa and says, how, Papa? I want that 1.6 million for a 3 beds, 2 baths, for that, I'm just going to get a bachelor pad. Not even a 1-bedroom apartment. Because for that, for what you are describing, Papa, I need 5 million. What would have happened? Your money would have lost value over time. That is what fiat currency does. So new form of money kicked in to say, we cannot be depending on governments for our wealth. our money is not reaching where we want it to reach to. Let's think about money that will appreciate in value, money that is global, that can level out the playing field. And that first money was Bitcoin in 2009. 2009, Bitcoin was born. And you know how it's leveling the playing field? If you go to the US now with 15 Rand, land in the States, they are going to give you $1, right? If they come here with $1, we're giving them 15.5 rands, right? Same with the pound. 20 rands, we get £1. They come with £1, we give them 20 rands. But guess what? With Bitcoin, you leave here with one Bitcoin, you land at the US, you've got one Bitcoin. You leave here going to the UK with one Bitcoin, you get here, you get there, you've got one Bitcoin. They come here with one Bitcoin, they've got one Bitcoin. So it's leveled out the playing field. It's global money, it's universal money, but it's internet-based money, which makes transactions also quicker. With fiat currency, we couldn't get that. I've got a sister-in-law in the UK. She used to send money home via Western Union. When she does that, it takes like days. And when it gets here, the questions I have to ask to answer to release that money from the bank, with Bitcoin, and I was trying to get to her to say, Sissy, let's use Bitcoin. She tried it once and she said, okay, I need to send money quickly. Let's do this. As I was helping her through, by the time we finished with the conversation, I had the money in my Luno wallet. I simply had to change it to rands and get the money from the bank. So that's what Bitcoin has done for us. But most importantly, thinking about our future, this money is deflationary in character, whereas we saw that fiat currency was affected by what? By inflation. What do we mean when we say it's deflationary? We mean that it's appreciating in value over time. The trick there being over time, it appreciates, but on a day-to-day basis, it doesn't necessarily go woo in a straight line. I'm going to show you this later when we start talking about the price of Bitcoin. Okay, and the early adopters, those who believed in this currency when it started, are now multimillionaires. Does it mean that you have lost your chance? Not at all, because what we learned as well was that Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency being an umbrella term for these digital assets. We call them digital assets, right? There's fiat currency, which is government-based money, and then there is cryptocurrency, which is this internet-based money. We call it mathematics-based money. Mathematics because it is based on cryptography, and this cryptography is because it is secured with cryptography. It's encrypted. So they call it secret money sometimes. All the rules for Bitcoin and how it's going to work is predetermined. Nobody is going to come and print more Bitcoin. Print as in produce, because it was predetermined that there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. And that's it. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. Nobody is going to come and say, let's add more, just like they're doing with money with governments. Your biggest, worst nightmare is keeping your money in fiat currency for the future, especially when there is political unrest, there is economic meltdowns, you are in trouble. Fiat currencies can actually disappear. When they disappear, they go with your money. And you're asking me, what do you mean they will disappear? The Zim dollar does not exist today. Do you know what happened to the Zim dollar? Zim dollar, it does not exist. When I became clever to cryptocurrency, to exchange rates, the Zim dollar was there, a powerful currency. The rate of the Zim dollar to the rand was 1 to 3. So if you had 6 million Zim dollars, you actually had 2 million rands. But what happened? Political unrest. Nobody believed in the government. The economy went bad. Inflation went into hyperinflation. Nobody was doing business with Zim. They were sanctioned. That was bad for people. So imagine yourself. Let me use Lulama now. Imagine Lulama, you were a multi-millionaire in Zim. You've got your 6 million Zim dollars, right? And then one day you just see the country going into hyperinflation. Nobody wanting to do business with this country. Nobody wanting this Zim dollar. It goes into hyperinflation. And then you are seeing your 6 million going to be worth nothing. One day it is said that the Zim dollar does no longer exist. We are going to be using the US dollar. And when that happens, what happens to you, Lulama? Do you think that the government is going to be saying, oh, but Ululama had 6 million in the bank, so let us give it the US dollar equivalents? Absolutely not. Suddenly, you are poor. Venezuela, going through the same. They are actually now looking into cryptocurrency because it is not affected by those political decisions made in that particular country. So if you are keeping your money in fiat currency, you are running the risks that should your country be in any form of trouble, there is your wealth. You will be left without nothing. Do you know that the rich people don't keep their money in fiat currency? You must listen to Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He will tell you that the government money is not for you, which is fiat currency. And then he says, God's money, which is gold and silver, it always stays, it's always there. He keeps his money in gold. Recently also in crypto. And he calls cryptocurrency the people's money. That is money for the future. So if you are serious about building generational wealth, you need to understand cryptocurrency. Okay. So now we said to you, okay, Bitcoin is not the first one. Bitcoin was, it's not the only one. It was the first one, but being the first one, it gave birth to other cryptocurrencies because people started seeing that, oh, there's something we can get about this and into this. Let's create our own currencies. But now it is all based on technology called the blockchain. Remember we spoke about the blockchain? The blockchain is there to confirm and validate transactions and also helps in the issuance of new coins. Yeah, and that's called mining. The issuance of new coins through the blockchain, that is mining. And that mining, those new coins are issued to who? They are issued to miners. Who are miners? Anybody who bought a mining machine and connected it to the blockchain is a miner. And everybody who did that now participates in the confirming of transactions, in the validating of transactions, and in a competition with all the other miners to solve mathematical equations, and those who solve it are rewarded with newly created coins, and that is what's called mining, right? That is the blockchain. And the blockchain is not owned by anybody. It is just code that is written. And once that code is written, it's committed. It cannot be changed. What the rules are decided upfront. The rules for Bitcoin, by the way, we call them the Bitcoin monetary policy. Number one, there'll only be 21 million. Number two, every 10 minutes, a certain number of coins are released into circulation. As I'm talking to you now, 6.25 Bitcoins are released every 10 minutes into circulation. But guess where it started? In 2009, when it was launched, 50 coins were released into circulation every 10 minutes. But part of this monetary policy says that every 4 years, the number of coins that are released into circulation is halved. That's called Bitcoin halving. You'll start hearing more and more about it. Last year, we had Bitcoin halving. Hey, no, we are now in 2021. No, in 2020, we had Bitcoin halving. In 2024, we're going to see another one. Every 4 years, the number of Bitcoins released into circulation is halved. So we had 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. It moved to 25 Bitcoins. In 2016, it went to 12.5 Bitcoins. And last year, it's 6.5 Bitcoins. But why is this happening? Bitcoin is designed to mimic gold. Imagine in Gauteng, right, when gold was discovered, I can imagine that there was a lot of gold. You could just come and mine, and the gold was there. But over time, you had to go deeper into the ground. When they went deeper into the ground, they were getting less and less gold. The deeper they went, the more difficult it became, the more expensive it became to get specialized machinery, the more dangerous it became, and the less gold they were getting. To a point that some gold mines actually shut down to say it's no longer viable to mine here. It's too dangerous or too expensive. We are getting less out of it than what we are spending going down there. Now, Bitcoin is mimicking that. So it started off with a lot of coins could be mined, a lot of coins, meaning that 50 coins were mined every 10 minutes. And then as you go deeper, which means as the years go by, it was halved. And then as the years go by, you go deeper. More people are coming on. They are adopting Bitcoin. More miners are coming on. As more miners come on, it means more people are competing to solve the equation. It means the mining difficulty is increasing. So mining difficulty is increasing. The pool is getting smaller because now we are mining less and less, just like gold. Eventually, we are going to get to a point where you are only mining Satoshis. Remember, Satoshis are cents of a Bitcoin. And in the year 2140, the last Bitcoin would be mined. What happens after that? All the Bitcoin will be in circulation. What happens after gold is mined? Doesn't cease to exist. People have got gold bars, they've got Krugerrands, they've got earrings. The gold still exists, yet no mining is happening. So same with Bitcoin. The coins will be in circulation, being traded, exchanged, exchanging hands from this person to that person, but there will be no longer mining. So what happens to the miners? The blockchain still needs to exist because it still facilitates the exchanging of the coins. It still records who owns what. It still updates when the coin exchanges hands. So the blockchain will still exist, but now the miners will be making money from the transaction fees, as opposed to having the option of mining as well. So now we've got other cryptocurrencies coming out. Every cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin is called an altcoin, alternative coins. And I gave an example of two, just trying to highlight to you that you are going to be approached with by different people sharing with you different cryptocurrencies. What are you going to do? You need to be able to evaluate for yourself and make a decision for yourself. Gone are the days where we are going to outsource our money to other people we don't know, outsourcing and expecting them to grow your money for you. That's how you get scammed. You need to understand what's going on. Apply your mind. We need to start. You work so hard for your money. Spend a few minutes trying to understand what you're being offered. Ask the questions. Even if somebody gets irritated with you, ask the questions. If they get irritated and they can't answer your question, run. Why can't they answer? They want you to put your money in it, isn't it? Ask the questions. You just need to know what to ask, right? And you must now ask with confidence, with boldness. Say, tell me what blockchain is used here. What is the consensus system used? Tell me, what does the white paper say? What is the problem? What is the solution? So we said that they are all projects. These cryptocurrencies are projects. You will hear them referring to a Cardano project, a Ripple project, Ethereum project. They are projects, right? And these projects, to become a project, it means somebody came up with this project. Somebody is sitting and saying, you know what, I see this particular problem. It could be a business problem. It could be a government problem. It could be a financial problem. They just see a problem. And they say, I've got a solution to this problem. And this solution is going to be based on the blockchain because we trust the blockchain as the most secure network at this point in time. And on this network, I'm going to also start releasing some cryptocurrency linked to this, either it will be tokens or coins. I'm going to release them linked to this problem that I'm solving. And I am going to make these coins available to the market to push the adoption of my project. And they decide that. The first thing they do is now they go and write it down. White paper. This is my problem. This is the solution. This is how the coins are going to be issued, how many they're going to be. This is how it's going to be mined, blah, 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 blah. They write it all down. Then they get some people to review this and all that. And because it's an internet-based solution, it must be programmed. I'm a software developer. I know that we program these things. And programming is not a one-man show. A team comes together. You've got your product manager, you've got your developers, you've got your testers, you've got your QA, you've got your UAT, all that must come together. So where is the product team? Most of these projects will also put on their website, here is my product team. And then you start looking at the qualifications. You're trying to get yourself to a place of ease. Are these people credible? The person that came up with the concept, are they credible? What have they done? In the area that they are providing this service to, in the area that they are creating this cryptocurrency for, how credible are they? Are they trusted? Once you know that about the people who started it and the product team, you've seen the white paper, you understand the problem, you understand the solution, and then they say, we have started with the development. They even give you a roadmap. Q1 of this year, you are going to be here. Q2, you are going to be there. Check that. How are you going to know that they have actually met their milestones? Most of them will keep you updated. They've got communities that you can subscribe to. And in the community, they'll tell you that, okay, we are now in beta testing. Now we are testing this functionality. Oh, it went well. They even invite you to be part of the testing, right? You go in there and you're checking it out. They show you that this is where the code is. Go to GitHub. GitHub, there is the code. They committed code this day. They changed this. You get to understand and see all that. To just get the sense of security, because Maggie can easily say to you, I've got a coin. I write up a paper. I get a web developer, just a web developer, and say, just type this. I tell them what to type this, and even put there that Maggie coin for 1 coin is 20 Rand. And then next week I say, remove the 20 Rands, put there and say 1,000 Rands. And you ask yourself, how is this Maggie coin actually getting value? You must ask that. It was 1 Rand. Don't get excited that your Maggie coin was 20 Rand, now it's 1,000 Rands. Yeah, I'm going to get that coin. How did it get that value? You need to know that, because these cryptocurrencies only get value from the market, right? So ask the right questions. We asked the questions about Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault and Electric Cash. Bitcoin, both of these coins are brain kids of a guy called Eyal Avramovich. You Google the guy, you find all about him, a serial inventor. His company is MineBest. They were awarded, they got an award for being one of the best mining crypto companies. Then you're thinking, oh, okay, this could be it. Now they show you their development team. Okay, I see this. They have what we called AMA sessions every now and then, AMA, ask me anything. So you go in the community and you start asking them questions about their project, and they will answer, because transparency is what you are looking for in anybody who's got a crypto project. Now they've got their white paper, they've got a website that says, this is who we are, this is what we're gonna do. They put their white paper on there, they put a price there. That price, that does not mean anything. Where is this price determined? It must be in the market, which means that there must be a place where you could go and buy and sell this cryptocurrency. And for you and me, most importantly, we need to be able to sell it back to our rands, sell it back to our, people from Swaziland, right? From Emalangeni, sell it back to the Maluti, Zambian Kwasha. You need to be able to sell it back. So the market must be right there, because the market is what determines the price. I'll tell you now in the next slide how that happens. So there's 2 cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Vault. Look at once you know all this information, now you want to understand, is there value in this cryptocurrency? You are going to decide based on, do you believe in the project or not? It might not be a success. The project is a success, but it might not be showing you monetary value at the time, but you believe in the project. Bitcoin stayed less than $100 for about 4 years before people started recognizing it. For about 4 years, it was going for less than $100. But people who believed in it kept marketing it until us today know about it. And that drove the price higher and higher. They believed in the project. So do you believe in what you are seeing in that white paper? Bitcoin Vault says that we are a 3 key security cryptocurrency. What are they saying? They're saying that they allow us through 3 keys to get access to the coin, to be able to cancel and reverse transactions, and to be able to have fast transactions if we wish. Is that important to you? Do you see value in that value proposition? Is there value in that? Let's think about it. I thought about it. And I am a firm believer in Bitcoin Vault. We've seen it go up and down. I believe so much in the technology. I always imagine, as a software developer, sometimes we start thinking about what can we program? What can we develop out of this? So recently, Bitcoin Vault has gone into the decentralized finance space, DeFi. They've introduced what is called Wrapped Bitcoin Vault, which is based on the Binance Smart Chain, right? And that will allow people to start using it in decentralized apps, which is where the world is moving now. When they do that, I started imagining, saying, wow, in the decentralized app space, maybe the banks will start adopting this. And I'm thinking, I think a lot. So I'm thinking, you know what? Imagine we are all sitting in here, right? And Nkosinathi, as you sitting in here, suddenly a message comes through on your phone. Tweet, tweet. 50,000 rands just left your wallet, your bank account. And you're thinking, what? I was just in Maggie's session. I know not about this transaction. You're frantically trying to phone the bank because tomorrow you are going to deposit your car with that 50,000 rands. The bank, and eventually somebody answers you on this Sunday evening and they say to you, you know what, Nkosinathi, we hear you, but the most we can do right now is just stop your accounts from any further transactions. We can't reverse that for now, but we are going to investigate. Okay, so you are just happy that there's no more tweets coming off your account. Tomorrow morning, Nkosinathi cannot sleep at night, wakes up early, goes to the bank and says, or phones the bank, bank, it's me again, my money is gone. Oh, Nkosinathi, oh yes, we see that there was an incident raised. Oh yes, okay, we've sent this to the fraud department. That does not help you. You wanted to go and deposit your car. Fraud department, guess what they're doing? They are trying to figure out if you did not give you were not negligent with your password and your PIN numbers and blah, 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 blah. You might not even get that money back. But imagine, this is me now when I start imagining. I'm thinking, if the banks are now using decentralized finance, start using Bitcoin Vault as a technology in the crypto space, a blockchain-based technology, which is ultra secure. And now it means that they are going to have a competitive edge because their customers will be able to cancel transactions without the involvement of a middleman. And they start using this technology, and we've got the same incident because Nkosinathi now, his bank is a clever bank. Their banking app is based on technology, based on this Bitcoin Vault technology that they have adopted through them. Rep Bitcoin Vault with the smart contracts in there. Now Nkosinathi is sitting and he sees tweet. And now because the bank system is based on this powerful technology, he looks at it and he says, that's not me. Cancel transactions. When he cancels the transactions, at that point in time, money back in his account. Didn't have to make a phone call. Didn't have to stress and have sleepless nights. Wouldn't that be wonderful? When I think about Bitcoin Vault, I think of that technology, and that is the future that I see. Whether that future is going to materialize or not, I don't know, but I believe in the technology. That is how you apply your mind when cryptocurrency is given to you. Because I believe in the technology, I'm saying, if I put money in now, I'm believing that this technology is going to be, the adoption of this is going to be so huge that that money is going to grow. So we're saying it's a great store of value. When we say something is a store of value, we are saying you acquire it at a low price with the hope of in the future, either it has maintained its value or it is worth more. So that is what Bitcoin Vault is meant for. And then Electric Cash says, remember, every cryptocurrency is there to do its own thing. It is not there to compete with another one. They complement each other. They are going to form a whole ecosystem of digital assets, moving us out of the fiat space, out of the centralized space. So they are all there to fulfill their own purpose. It's not there to compete with Bitcoin. It's there to do what it's supposed to do. But when Eyal thought about this, about Electric Cash, his idea was that initially Bitcoin was meant to be a payment system, allowing us to go back and forth in payments. But now people are holding on to it. So it's no longer functioning as that. And as a payment system, it's not quite making it to make day-to-day payments. But we want a transactional cryptocurrency, one that I can go to the shop and just swipe and use crypto. And he said two things are needed to do that. We need quick transactions, and we need reduced fees, right? Quick transactions. When you are now a globetrotter and you are a multimillionaire and you only believe in using crypto and you land at the airport OR International and you've got your crypto and you are saying, I want to pay for Bitcoin for coffee and you want to pay with Bitcoin, right? 10 minutes, that transaction. They're going to be calling you over the intercom. Nkosinathi, the boarding gate. You want to pay and go. Electric Cash will allow you that. Moreover, the fees. I know I bank with Standard Bank and I don't like the fees that they charge me every time I swipe my card. Now, Electric Cash comes in. Bitcoin fees don't work for coffee. They probably work for buying a house, not for coffee. Because on average, a Bitcoin transaction is about $14. That works when I'm buying a house worth millions. When I'm buying a coffee worth 35 rands, it doesn't work. So Electric Cash, they put in together an incentivized staking program that will help you to be able to what? To pay for your transaction fees. And what does that do? It reduces them. But that is all based in how much you have staked and how long you have staked for. What is staking? Staking is when you decide to put coins aside and lock them in so that you get more, you get incentivized to do something. When you do that, for example, with Electric Cash, they've got 3 incentives. They give you extra coins, they give you electric gas, they give you government power. With most staking system programs, when you stake, and then they will give you more of that coin, which means you are acquiring more of an asset from your original asset. So if you are a hodler, for example, we said hodling was buying and holding cryptocurrency. If you are a hodler and you are hodling Bitcoin, or you are hodling Solana, or you are hodling Ethereum, you must find a platform. Because if you're hodling and you're saying, I'm going to keep these coins for 3 years, for example, let them work more than just the price. You stake them. Find a platform that will allow you to stake them. When you stake them, not only are you going to benefit from the price hike, but the staking will also give you more coins. So you are getting more coins without spending more money, right? So that is what you want to do. That is staking. You hold more coins and they give you money for it. It's just like a fixed deposit. When you go to the bank and you say, I'm fixing this money, the bank says, yay, we're giving you a higher interest rate because they can go and use your money for something else. In the crypto space, when you are staking your coins, you are removing them out of circulation. When you remove them out of circulation, you are making the pool smaller, and then the company will start punting the coin, marketing it, marketing the project. When they do that, they are increasing adoption. They increase adoption, but there is limited number of coins in their space because you have all staked your coins. When you're staking your coins, removing those numbers in circulation and the numbers of demand go up and supply is less, the price goes up and boom, we are all winners, right? So that is what you are going to apply. We call that fundamental analysis. Who's involved? What is it solving? Can I sell this thing? Fundamental analysis. Look at those things, right? And then let's talk about the price of Bitcoin, how people have made money in Bitcoin, why you need to be in this space, what it means for you to be in this space. The idea is to accumulate as much crypto as possible. Why do we do that? We want to buy it low and hold on to it until the price goes up. When the price goes up, we sell at a profit. So which means that you don't know when it's going to go up. You don't know. Nobody knows. Yet you get people who approached you, right? And they said to you, put in 3,000 rands and we guarantee you in 7 days, it's going to be 30,000 rands. How do they know? What are they doing? The price is not guaranteed. Nobody controls the price but the market, right? And then 7 days, whoa, Mr. Norman, you were expecting 30,000 rands. It's actually 60,000 rands. But for you to get the 60, it is just so much now. The service fee has gone up. We need another 10,000 from you. And then you're thinking, wow, I would have only spent 13,000 and I'm getting 60,000. Hi, man, it's worth it. We pay the 10,000. And I say, yo, in that time, the crypto market boomed and it's no longer 30,000, 60,000. You are actually looking at 500,000 rands. But now there are tax implications. You need to release this money with 50,000 extra because of the tax. Now there's Mr. Norman wanting to borrow from people because now he's seeing 500,000. I can borrow 50 more. That is how you are losing your money. There are no guarantees. Run from things like that. I'm just getting my pen quickly. Here's my pen. So now let's look at what happened with Bitcoin. So you can start appreciating that the price of Bitcoin cannot be, and it is not, cannot be guaranteed. Let's see what happens. In 2020, 10 to 10, one Bitcoin was R1.40. So it means for 140 rands, you could get yourself 100 Bitcoins. R1.40. This is in 2010. Now, 2012, one Bitcoin is now 195 rands. Oops, 195. The 100 Bitcoins are now worth 19,500 rands. From 140 to 19,000 rands in 1, 2, 3 years. Great returns. Let's say you hold on to your coin, 2013, a year later, it's moved from 19,000. One Bitcoin is now 9,000 rands. 100 Bitcoins are now 900,000 rand, almost a million. In how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4. But look what happens in 2014. Oops. It's gone down almost 50%. 100 Bitcoins are no longer 900,000 rands. They are now 490,000 rands. But if you think about it, coming from there, it's still a lot of money, isn't it? Let's fast forward, 2017. One Bitcoin is 300,000 rands. 1, 2, 3, 300,000 rands. 100 Bitcoins at that time are now worth 30 million rands. That is how people became multi-millionaires with Bitcoin. Bought it very early, even people who jumped in here and here. Bought it early, held onto it for a good number of years. I mean, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 years later, it's worth waiting, isn't it? From 1 rand 40 to get to 30 million. Remember the video I shared in the group about patience? So you cannot come into the space wanting to make instant cash and be an instant millionaire. That's how you're going to lose money. People are going to promise it to you because they know that you are desperate for money. They are going to promise you, and you are going to lose your money. I remember I got into Bitcoin in 2017. A lot of the people that I met in this space had started in about 2019, some in 2015. I remember this year, they started saying when the price went up, they had multiple Bitcoins, and I remember them calling it a year of title deeds. Do you know what they were doing? They were selling their Bitcoin, exchanging it for rands, and buying property cash. And they were calling it a year of title deeds. What happens then? They are selling a lot of Bitcoin, which means in the market is where there are sellers and buyers. Luno is one of those spaces that allows us to be sellers and buyers. In the market, there are more sellers than buyers. Whenever you've got more sellers than buyers, the price drops. Not only in crypto, in any market. If you've been to Mpumalanga or Limpopo and you are driving down there, sometimes you see selling those things of mangoes or avocados or whatever, those pot plants with mangoes in them. You may see a lot of them in a straight line. Go to the first one and say, Mama, how much are the mangoes? And she'll say 50 rands. Then say to her, hey, Mama, no, I'll go to, let me go see how much man next door sells them for. Hey, no, don't worry, I'll give it to you for 25. Say, hey, no, Mama, no, let me just go try her. Okay, what do you have? And you say, hey, Mama, I've got 10 rand. Okay, I'll give it to you for 10 rands. The price just went from 50 rands to 10 rands because there were a lot of sellers, but one buyer. So the buyer could call the shots. So whenever there are more sellers than buyers, the price goes down. So in that case, the people that made money when the price was low, when the price goes high, they have made profit. So they what? They sell. Now you get Lesego. Okay, Lesego, you came in when it was 300,000, right? Because you saw that, this thing is going up. In October, it was 67,000. Now it's 300,000. And they're predicting that it's going to be worth 1 million soon. I better get in before it gets to 1 million. Just as you get in, these ones start selling and the price drops. And now let's say Lesego bought some Satoshis worth 100,000 rand, right? This is something that happened to me, by the way. Satoshi that worth, I put 1 million there, 100,000 rands. So Lesego bought Satoshi's worth 100,000 rands. Now he's watching this. It's going down. One Bitcoin is now 150,000. And he is looking and says, my Satoshis are now worth 150. No, she had another 50,000 rands. And it keeps going down. And Lesego says, before it gets to zero, can I just salvage what I've got? It's less than 50,000 rands, and Lesego sells at a loss. And Lesego says, I lost my money to Bitcoin. Lesego made a bad decision. If Lesego had held on, knowing that you don't sell at a loss, and if Lesego had believed in the Bitcoin project and knew that those who made money are selling, I'm okay, I still have to make my money, so I'm going to hold on because I believe in this project. And if Lesego held on, 1, 2, 3 years later, 3 years, not 3 months, 3 years later, the price of Bitcoin goes over 350,000 rands. There now, Lesego would have made the money back plus a little extra. But if Lesego had said, this is a 5-year project for me, right? I'm going to wait. And Lesego would, a 4-year project for me. I'm going to wait. My 4 years has not come. Year 4, 1 Bitcoin hits more than $1 million. It is now 3 times what Lesego put in. Lesego will be sitting with 300,000 at that time in 3 years. If Lesego had believed in the project, if Lesego had patience and understood that it was not the time for her to sell or him to sell, now they would have made money. Then you come in here, ooh, it drops again, half of it. As I'm talking, 1 Bitcoin, how much 1 Bitcoin is? Let's see how much 1 Bitcoin is. I'm going to check on Luno. When I'm talking to you now, 1 Bitcoin is worth 659,000. Yesterday, this Bitcoin was less. Now, it's 659,000 for 1 Bitcoin. So it has gone up even further. So the idea is that not sell when it is not time for you to sell. Oh, I need to mute someone. The story does not change. With all the cryptocurrencies, it's the same. It is the same. So somebody said they're trying to show their video and it says I've disabled. Let me see. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, there we go. Sorry, Lesego. I've fixed that. You should be able to put your video. Sorry, sorry. Okay. So now, if you look at this, now that I know that Lesego is a guy, I must stop saying her. Sorry, Lesego. So now, the story does not change. Bitcoin Vault, similar thing. Let's look at this, right? In 2019, when it was launched, 1 Bitcoin was 18 Rand. So 1,800 Rands would have given you 100 Bitcoins, Bitcoin Vaults. By March, your 1,800 Rand would have grown. When 1 Bitcoin Vault is now 292, your 1,800 would have been 29,000. Let's fast forward to this time when Bitcoin Vault reached its all-time high, and it has not reached this again. Remember Bitcoin, when it reached its all-time high of 300,000, it took 3 years to get back up there, and after that, it was just going bum, 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 after that, right? So now it reached its all-time high 8 months later for 8,500 Rands. Now imagine that 1,800 Rands worth of Bitcoin, which is 100 Bitcoins, when 1 Bitcoin Vault, Bitcoin Vault, sorry, when 1 Bitcoin Vault is now 8,500 Rands, 100 Bitcoins, are worth 850,000. I got something now. 850,000, yes. 850,000 Rands. Now, look at this. 850,000 Rands, right? That is now 100 Bitcoin Vaults. You spend 1,800 a few months, 8 months before. What happens here? When Bitcoin Vault was launched, a lot of people already understood Bitcoin. Because they understood Bitcoin, they did not just buy for 1,800 Rands. They had already seen Bitcoin do great things. What did they do? They bought for hundreds of thousands of rands. So when it hit this mark, they became multimillionaires. What did they do? They started selling the coins. And what happens when they sell? And we've got a lot of people who still don't believe in crypto. They sold at a loss. We call those panic sellers. They sold at a loss. Bitcoin Vault, as I'm talking to you, it's going for, I'm sure it's even less than 100 rands. What does that tell you now? It's not telling you that Bitcoin Vault is dead. If you believe in the project, if you believe in the solution, it's telling you buy some and keep for a couple of years. Another thing that I want to show in this slide is that a lot of people, when they come into the crypto space, you want to see instant results and you want guaranteed results. People would come to me and say, Maggie, how many % am I going to get guaranteed? If you can guarantee me, I'm not interested in crypto. But when your financial advisor sits with you and takes you through different portfolios, they will tell you that, okay, in this portfolio, we are looking at thinking that inflation would go up 6% to 6%. With 6% inflation, we are going to say your returns are going to be so much, 6%. But they'll tell you that this 6% is based on what we saw the performance last year, but past performance does not guarantee future performance. They'll tell you that past performance does not guarantee you future performance. But when you come to crypto, you want guarantees. People are going to give you guarantees and they'll be lying to you because they'll tell you what you want to hear, right? So now even our financial advisors in the unit trust space, in your equity space, don't give you guarantees. They clearly say past performance does not guarantee future performance. And when they say 6% per annum, they say per annum, per year. But when you come to crypto, you want to see, Maggie, how much am I going to make every month? Can I withdraw every month? But they give you a view per annum. Let's look at the Bitcoin Vault view per annum from March 2020 to March 2021, 218% increase. They told you 6% increase per annum, not guaranteed. And you were happy and signed for those unit trusts. In crypto, you want guarantees and you want them daily, you are going to be losing your money. People are going to promise you that and take your money. The story does not change with every cryptocurrency. Now, the idea is, listen to this. The idea is for you to collect these coins when the price is low. Hold on to them. Hold on. When the price goes up, you are going to thank yourself. You've done that. So when we are talking about collecting, I just want to explain when we are talking about, because a lot of people saying that I want to withdraw, Maggie. I want to withdraw. Can I withdraw? Okay, let me not actually use this. Let me share from a different place. I want to withdraw. Can I withdraw? Nobody stops you from withdrawing your money in crypto. But let's talk about what withdrawing means. And so this should help you to map out what you want to do. Are you wanting to save your money for short term? Are you wanting to put it for long term? And let me show you, I want you to understand. Oops, so just hold on. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. So let me just quickly show you what it means to withdraw cryptocurrency. When you are saying you are withdrawing, remember, you have acquired an asset. Let's say you had 10,000 rands, 10,000 rands. And let's say the price of one Bitcoin was what, 1,000 rands. And you want to acquire this asset, right, called Bitcoin, because you believe that you want to make money out of it. So you acquire it. It's 10,000 rands, one Bitcoin is 1,000. You are going to get 10 Bitcoins from that. This is just an example, right? You get, I'm just making my maths easy. You get 10 Bitcoins, right? Now, let's say the price of one Bitcoin goes up. It doubles. It's now 2,000 rands for one Bitcoin. When it gets to 2,000 rands for one Bitcoin, you still have, let's say you bought it via an app, a Luno app, right? Luno platform. So you've got 10,000 Bitcoins, 10 Bitcoins. When you bought them on Luno, you would see 10,000 rands. When you see them on Luno like this, you don't have 10,000 rands. You've got 10 Bitcoins. You only have the rands when you sell. Until then, you are just owning an asset, right? Now the price of one Bitcoin is 2,000 rands. When you go to your Luno or ChainX or Altcoin Trader, wherever you're sitting with your coins, you will see 10 Bitcoins still. But now it will show you that if you sold them, you would get 20,000 rands. Don't say I've got 20,000 rands, because tomorrow you may come and it's 19,000 because the price has dropped. You don't have 20,000. You still have 10 Bitcoins. Now you say, I want to withdraw. You're saying I made profit. I get to talk about profit. I made profit. I want to withdraw. Okay. Withdrawing. Let me try and draw a money bag. I don't know. It doesn't look like a money bag, but anyway. So now to sell means that to withdraw means I must get rid of some of my assets. I must sell it. So you go to the market and say, I'm selling Bitcoin. I want 10,000 rands. So to get 10,000 rands, because 1 is 2, I must sell 5 of them. So you go selling Bitcoin for 2,000 each, selling for 2,000 each, and then you sell your 5. When you sell your 5, you get given 10,000. You withdraw that, it goes into your bank account. There's Standard Bank there. It goes into Standard Bank account. Happiness. You now have 5 Bitcoins. When you look at it, it says, but you don't have 10,000 rands in here. You've got 5 Bitcoins. You've got the asset, not the cash. It's not liquidated. It is still a digital asset. If the price of Bitcoin goes down to 2,500 rands, you wake up the next day and you say, because now you are seeing 2,500 rands. Bitcoin has eaten my money. Oh, I don't have, you've got 5 Bitcoin. It is now worth less. You can decide. It's up to you. Am I going to say, maybe when I wake up, it's going to be 500 rands. I'm going to sell them now. Or are you going to hold on and say, I'm going to hold on to this until the price goes up again? It's all up to you. You make the decision. Own that space, right? Let's say you are actually in a bind and now things are tough. You need to go buy food. And you're saying, I can't actually wait for this to go up. Let me just sell my coins. People say, I want to withdraw. You say, I want to withdraw 2.5. You withdraw your 2.5 by doing what? Selling these 5 coins. You are left with nothing. Now you get your 2,500. So the point I'm trying to make is that every time you are withdrawing, you are selling your asset. Even if the price had not gone down, let's say it stayed there and you had 5 coins and they were worth 10,000 rands because 1 coin was 2,000 rands. And then let's say the price doubled again and 1 coin was now 4,000 rands. Your 5 coins are now worth 20,000 rands. Again, and you say, I want to take profit. I want to withdraw 10,000 rands. You do that. You do that by selling. You have to sell 2.5 coins to get half of this, 10,000 rands. But you see, whatever you're doing, every time you are saying, I'm withdrawing, you are actually reducing your asset. So if you are wanting to say, I'm going to use this for the short term to make a little bit of money, take it, use it, it's okay. But just be aware that at some point you'll have 0. But if you're saying, I want this to grow, you could be that person that says, my strategy is that every month, I'm just going to buy more. I'm hodling. I'm just buying more. Even if it's for 1,000 rands, I'm just going to add to my Satoshis every month. And then over time, it's going to give you a lot of money, right? Or once you've got them, stake them. When you stake them, one thing is that you're not going to take them out because you've taken them for 30 days, maybe for 60 days, maybe for 90 days. And in that way, not only are you benefiting from the price, you are also benefiting as the value goes, with the number of coins that you're getting. The best position to be in, right, is to be in a space where you also get paid in cryptocurrency. We've got some network marketing opportunities that say that's how a lot of people became multi-millionaires, ordinary people, in cryptocurrency, by being in network marketing that pays them in crypto. But you have to choose that one carefully as well, because what would happen is that they would give you some, whatever they're selling, a package of mining, a package of trading, whatever they're selling to you, you take that, you have used, let's say they sold you a package for 10,000 rands. Whatever it is, mining or trading, just be sure it's a legit company that's doing that for you. And then they say, do network marketing. Network marketing has proved to be an industry that creates the most millionaires in the shortest space of time. Now you power that with crypto. When the company says, we are going to be paying you in crypto, let's say in Bitcoin, it means whatever you got, let's say you are mining and you mine on a daily basis, you are accumulating maybe coins worth $1 or whatever, 16 rand, 20 rand every day or whatever it is. But you know, every day, because of your network marketing, you get paid in a lot. Like 1 month, you get crypto worth $200. It's a lot of crypto coming to your basket. So when you start doing the business by the nature of network marketing, you can use the money. As much as you are using it, you are selling your coins, because you are working to earn it, more money keeps coming in. And the harder you work, the more money comes in. Then you are in a better position to actually move towards being a multi-millionaire in crypto. Otherwise, as a lay person wanting to make money out of crypto, and you are now using your limited budget, you are not going to go far. You have to combine it with you being a worker. You need to work for your money. You are not the things that you can make great riches from 30,000 to 50,000. That's a lie. You can make a lot of money if you are somehow involved in a platform that allows you to also work for your money. If it does not require you to work, and they say you are just going to make money, and you've only put 3,000 rands, and they're promising you millions, it's not going to work. Millions will not come from 3,000 rands, especially when especially in a short space of time. Over time, yes. In 7 days, no. Okay, so that is all that I've got. Oh, no, that's not all I've got for you. I need to show you this. I need to show you this. I need to show you this. Where is it? Not YouTube. Not YouTube. I don't want to show you this. I want to show you something else. This. Okay. So there's a platform called CoinGecko. CoinGecko.com. Okay. You can see here, it shows you that there are 12,371 cryptocurrencies. Those are only the ones that are loaded on here. If you go to CoinMarketCap, another one, CoinMarketCap, they've listed 17,000 cryptocurrencies. So you can see that there is a lot out there. Some people just say that, you know what, I'm going to go with, let me just go to coins. I'm just going to buy the top 10 coins. So I look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, USD, Solana, Cardano, Ripple, Polkadot, and Terra. That's all. And I'm going to create a portfolio based on those. Some people choose that. You know, you decide, and you're going to buy it and hodl. If you go to Bitcoin, for example, let's go to Bitcoin. Wait, let me just show you on CoinMarketCap. If you go to Bitcoin, you'll see there's a website, Explorers, where you can get more information about the blockchain and everything, the white paper, the source code. You can join a community if you want to. Look at that. Information is there. So when you want to get into a particular cryptocurrency, go in there, do your fundamental analysis. There's CoinMarketCap, go to Ethereum. I didn't want to go there. I went straight to the, I'm still in CoinMarketCap, so okay. Let me just go back one. So you always get information, and then you can mark which ones are your favorite ones. but I want us to go back here because it shows us figures in rands as well. CoinGecko will show you figures in rands as well. So I'm going to go here. I want you to see something. Here's Bitcoin. Let's change it to rands. Where is that?
Hi.
Okay. Right. So 1 Bitcoin is recorded. Let me just make this slow. Is recorded on CoinGecko as 644,000 rands. It's gone up recently. And then it tells you, I want you to see this. This is 24-hour view. In 24 hours. See how much this thing has changed, right? Last night, this time, it was 643,000 rands. Look at that. By 6 in the morning, it was 640. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, it was 648. And then just now it's on 644. It's gone like this. Yet people want to give you guarantees. How? Check here. In 7 days, the all-time low in 7 days was 5. So in 7 days, that's how much it's gone up in 7 days. 8 years ago, only 8 years, 1 Bitcoin was 666 rands. It has gone up 96,000%. Only 8 years. Is 8 years for you too long to hold on to something? And when you look at your cryptocurrencies as well, look at the trading volume. When somebody introduces an altcoin to you, look at the trading volume. Trading volume determines to you that there is actually movement in the market. There's people who want to buy and sell that crypto. It's good when there is trading volume. Now, let me take you back to, let's look at Bitcoin Vault or Electric Cash. Let me show you an opportunity that you probably would not want to lose. Let's get Bitcoin Vault. For those who were in the, what happened here? For those who were in the class yesterday, for how to buy crypto. So I'm just going to mute everyone and you will not be able to unmute yourself. Okay. For those who were in the ChainX class on how to buy crypto yesterday, and if you looked at, you considered buying Bitcoin Vault, just want to. Okay, don't take this first BTCV, it's this one, the gold one. Go there. It's $5 for 1 coin. Let's go that into rands. It was selling at about, can we just go into rand? Oh, there we go. 81 rands for 1 coin. Remember, I said its all-time high was how much? Let's check here. All-time high, 8,500 rands. Almost gone down 100% in over 1 year. In August, it was 8.5, right? Ask yourself, it reached its all-time low now. Ask yourself, should I put money in this? Only if you believe in the project and you know where it has been and you are saying if it's been there, it will go back again. That is in a nutshell what you need to do and how to look into this crypto space. So having said that, we have come to the end of our session. I said to you, today we are also going to do the certificates. I appreciate all of you who have made it in here. And let's just quickly go through that ceremony. You know, excuse me, I need water, sorry. So I'm an African mom, ne? So now when I go to the school Sabana for the awards evening, I know and when I do that, the kids say, "Ish, mama, you're embarrassing us." When I don't do it, but mama, we didn't hear you. But so the reason I'm telling you is that you have, I feel that you have accomplished something by being here in the last 7 days. So as you go through and you see your name, I've ignored my YouTube people. On YouTube as well, you too. Okay. So as we go through this, when you see your name on YouTube, I can see Rose, captured photography. I see you, others didn't put their names on. Right. So make a noise, celebrate yourself, celebrate the fact that you sat through this whole thing, and let's do it. Let's do it. Let me put my volume up so that you get the best of this. Where is it? Volume, let's go. There we go, 100%. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I'll share it with you now. I didn't hear you. Listen, was just going. I think I played. I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry, I muted everyone, so I need to go back so that people can make their noise. I am so sorry. Let's do this again.
Okay.
Now I heard you.
Yeah, yes.
Allah.
Yes.
Allah.
Thank you.
With that,
Thank you. That was good. Amazing. Awesome.
yeah.
This is so real. Huh?
It's real, isn't it? So thank you so much, everybody. It has been such a pleasure having you. And let me just finish off by, this is what was actually at the last say that if you continue asking me questions, post this, you are more than welcome. I am available wherever I can help. Just send me a private message, says, Max, we need to keep connected. And tell me also, one again. Just share with me briefly what your vision is for yourself in the crypto space. What do you want to achieve? How do you want me to be helping you? And when I send you your certificates, we are each going to get your certificates privately in your WhatsApps. I'll send it to you via WhatsApp. You all got your certificates. I'm trying to do it all today. And then I'll ask you to join my Facebook group. Every now and then, if there's anything interesting that I'm finding in the crypto space, then I will send it to, I will share in the Facebook group. Also, I will be doing that in the WhatsApp as well. It will be best also to also stay in the WhatsApp group. And most importantly, I want you to start your own cryptocurrency portfolio. It does not matter how small you start. You've got 100 rands, buy something. Add something every month. Start watching it go up and down. Now you know that, don't panic when you see it go down. Say, I'm getting into the bargain, let me buy a little bit more. But choose those ones that you have looked into and understand what they're doing and watch their movements up and down, and understand the risks involved when you're putting it in. Because you could put money in today and boop, it comes down. I mean, I used to play a lot in this space in my early days. I used to play a lot. And I used to do something very dangerous, but I used to do it. I'd buy Ethereum from one platform and sell it on another platform. And as I was doing that, I would make a lot of money, but you had to put a lot of money to make a lot of money. So I would put in 100,000 from CEX, move it to Luno, sell it. Within that day, I've got 10,000, take it all out, put it back into CEX. And I used to do that back and forth until one day, bought in CEX, moved it to Luno. Actually, that time I bought for about 89,000 rands because I'd moved 100,000. I said, oh, Bitcoin is doing well. Let me put some in Bitcoin, and left 89,000 for Ethereum. And I did that. The price of one Ethereum was 16,000 rands. When I started earlier, the price of Ethereum was still in the 3,000s. So now it was on 16,000. I was seeing this thing is pumping. And I had made about 3 of those going back and forth, which means in like 3 days, I'd made 30,000 rands from this money. And that one day, when I moved it there, it started going down. Pooh! I saw the 89,000 rands get to 60,000. 50,000, and I said, I'm not going to sell at a loss. I saw this thing go down until my 81,000 rands was 20,000 rands. And I said, I am not going to sell this thing at a loss. I refuse to sell it at a loss. I refuse. I waited. A year went. 2 years went. One Ethereum had gone from 16,000 rands to 1,500 rands. Every month, I would buy one Ethereum. Every month. Because I said it was 16,000 rands. Let me stop sharing. No, it was 16,000 rands. It's going to get there again. So every month, I bought one. 3 years later, Ethereum started going up. Today, one Ethereum is 47,000 rands. It went as high as 60,000 rands. I was determined I was not going to sell my coins at a loss. It took 3 years for me to go back to where I was. Nonetheless, I was just too happy to get back to where I was to get my money out. If I had left it, I would have made even much more. But the point is, don't use money that you know that tomorrow I'm going to use this money and gamble with it. Because then I would have been forced to sell it at a loss. So Les Brown says, it's up to you. Every moment is another chance to turn it all around. So I'm going to leave you with that and say, go out there, try this space out. This space is moving very quickly. As we are talking crypto now, people are talking DeFi. They are talking decentralized finance. They're talking NFTs. They're talking metaverse. But you are still on the right track. So have a splendid evening. It was lovely being with you. Maybe I can just give you, if you want to say something, you can say it now. Otherwise, this is it for us. We'll meet on the other side, which is WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
I'm happy. Bye.
Oh, I'm glad you're happy, Papa. Thank you so much for
I'm
staying
happy.
connected. Leseho.
Call me.
Same here. Thank you
Sure.
very much.
Bye.
It's been a learning experience. I've learned a lot. Thank you a lot to everyone. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Bye.
Colleagues. Bye.